We call to the divine mother, Hecate. We call to you and your ultimate power. We call to you to banish all demons, demons of lies, demons of pedophilia, demons of patriarchy, demons of poverty. We call to you, divine goddess, to remove this energy from our lives ASAP. It doesn't want to let go. It's been stalking me for 6 years now, Mama. I call down all of your power. All right, guys. Hello, this is High Priestess Jamila. I'm so sorry that I am not on camera at the moment. And then also, I apologize if my sound is not as clear as it usually is. Happy Friday to all of the witches. We are calling to Hecate live right now. Guys, we got some business to handle on YouTube. This is for the witches. First of all, you know, the energy of a desperate man is very strong. Desperation is actually a very strong energy. It's actually in my Dark Goddess Oracle, the energy of desperation. And desperation can be really, really bad. You know, this is the reason why when you act too desperate, you know, the people in your life, they'll start to reject you, especially when it comes to a romantic capacity. And, you know, so there is an energy, there's a spirit, you know, because I just see spirit. I don't see anything else. But there's this guy that has this spirit in him of desperation. And this man is willing to do anything, including join a stalker. I mean, that would be just like having a baby by a homeless person. that, that would be just like a woman having a child, like somebody that knows better. Okay, because I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people that, you know, are doing that. You know what I'm saying? But that would be just like me having a child in the year 2020 with a homeless bum. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely ridiculous. You mean to tell me in the year 2020 you decided to join my stalker, and then now you're trying to prove that she's not stalking me, but that I'm stalking her? I don't recall going to anybody's platform, even people that I am associated with on YouTube. We have a lot of people that can vouch for this. Okay. I don't go to other people's platform talking about her at all. In fact, I never talk about this woman at all until she starts attacking me in social media. And so this very desperate man, who she is evidently given, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, what it is. It's just that he's desperate. So he's joined forces with this woman, which, by the way, the relationship will be broken up because this ain't gonna happen. Okay, if you would have stayed in your relationship and not stalked me, you would have been okay. But because you were stalking me, now, so just y'all bear in mind that very soon there will be the fallout of that relationship because it's fake anyway. This woman started sleeping with this guy so that he could stalk me. This is exactly what happened. Prior to that, she's been stalking me for years in social media, and it's an abomination. It's an absolute and utter abomination. So, first of all, we are going to, for the umpteenth time in 6 years, reiterate to her, give her some reality that you are not welcome. Okay, this is a person that unfortunately I had to banish out of my life because they were very toxic. This was 6 years ago when this person was banished out of my life. The way that they find some kind of way to get my attention is by going to YouTubers, and getting them to you know, basically my photos are being used in. I mean, this has been going on for 2 years with this guy. 2 years hardcore. I mean, now that she is met up with this guy, oh, he's literally every single day, every day, every day. He needs to get off of the internet and go find something else to do. So let me go ahead and share a screen with you guys and show you what he's doing. And see, this is why I want you to flag him down, because he's become very self-destructive. And I'm going to show you why. First of all, you guys know that pretty little baby, that cute little baby whose mother went online and said that the child was ugly. It was a little bitty baby. I thought the child was adorable. I never in my life had I ever heard a mother say something so disgusting about their own child. This guy, who is advocating for a child abuser, coincidentally, let me show y'all what he's doing right now. He's advocating currently for a child abuser while using a picture of a little black child. Okay, y'all remember that little black child right there? Okay, so this is me, and y'all know who that is. It's an adorable picture. It's nothing wrong with that picture. But over here to the right is where the mother that degraded her child online. And I guess he's trying to compare. This is sick. So I'm going to go ahead and start flagging him. Let's get his channel down. He needs to learn that this is not what YouTube is for. Okay, so I'm going to flag him for hateful and abusive content. We'll just go ahead and go with bullying. But we're also going to do child abuse. Okay, now I'm going to actually go through this with a fine-tooth comb and just flag. And but let's go over there and get this guy down, because I've actually, in reality, see these people are delusional. In reality, I've been asking these people to leave me alone for years. So he says, who's stalking who? I have not attempted to contact this woman in 6 years, but she gets guys to do this for her. Okay, this is the result of her not being able to accept the friendship being over. It's led to several years of stalking. Okay? She's holding on so tightly. She is. She's going to have to let go. So, you know, you have the right to cut the cord to people like this. I'm not going to be here long. I just want this guy flagged down. Probably what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do this. Give me a second, guys, because we got to do a real flag on him. We're going to do a real flag is what we're going to do. Because this says, you see how he's blocked? He's been blocked for years from this channel that he's using. He's upset because he's been blocked. I think I'm going to do harassment and cyberbullying, and we'll go ahead and do a full report. Give me a second, just in case this thing displays any of my personal information. Give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and flag him. But why is it not? Okay, it's not bringing up the thing, but I mean, you can just literally choose from. This guy is a troll. He's a stalker. He harasses people. He's been harassing me for years. The funny part about it is that he calls himself Exposing Cat Smith, but hon, you were a really, I mean, this guy was so toxic for years. So, and now that he's angry at black women, he's choosing individual black vloggers to make videos about. I don't know if he's doing it to impress this chick. He's making an absolute fool of himself, but the problem is that we have got to get him flagged. Okay, we have to, because he won't stop. This is considered stalking. And by the way, guys, I actually made a video. I think that, you know, maybe there's some people that don't actually know what stalking is. Okay. So we're going to go over what stalking is. Okay, this guy makes videos about me every single day. Every day, this guy is making videos, and yet he'll come on here and say, "Who's stalking who?" Well, sir, it's obvious that you're stalking me. Just a second, it's not gonna. But they must have changed this because usually they take you to a whole separate page. Okay. I would really, really appreciate it if you guys would go over here and stalk. And I'm sorry, not stalk him, but flag this guy. Okay. He needs to be flagged because number one, first of all, look, dude. Okay, look, guy. Okay, let me explain something to you. You take this YouTube thing way too seriously. You don't have a business on here. You have nothing to lose. You're just somebody sitting around stalking and harassing people on a daily basis because you don't have anything better to do. This guy needs to be flagged. He's also going around calling a black man a monkey. Okay? He's also going around calling a black man a monkey. This is disgusting. We understand that you're angry at black women because your baby mama, Michelle, threw you out of the house, but that's not every black woman's fault. You thought that if you made babies with this woman that she would stay with you, but that's not the reality. Deal with it. Handle rejection. He's stalking me. And here's the thing. You cannot be a vlogger on YouTube and link up with somebody from my past and think that you have something over me. This is somebody that I threw out of my life far before I moved to Georgia. I mean, she was stalking me before I moved to Georgia. This is no cap. This is no joke. Okay, society is going to have to take their minds out of the gutter. I want nothing to do with this woman. Okay, the things that she did was despicable. Imagine if she ended up threatening to kill me and my children, which she did. Tiffany Chrisman threatened to kill me and my children. Imagine if she did that. What the hell did she do to make me stop dealing with her? You know, that's all that these men can think about is their Johnson and sex. But ask yourself, why did I stop dealing with her? Period. Why did I do that? Now, that's something that doesn't necessarily have to be discussed on YouTube, but I have discussed it. I have discussed it a lot. You know, and this was discussed years ago. So you mean to tell me in 2020, you think that you're going to start making videos to me, but what you're going to do is you're going to claim that I'm stalking her, even though I make no attempt to contact her. I don't contact anybody that she knows at all. They contact me. The people that she knows contacts me. I don't go to her social media. I don't spam her. You know, I'm thinking maybe. Now, I will tell you that the black sector, some of the trolls in there, in that black sector, they will go. And I don't get, just because you got the thumbs down going, honey, that don't mean shit. You shouldn't be stalking people. Thumbs and down is not going to change the situation for what it is. It is what it is. This woman is stalking me, period. And that is the reality. What is the community going to do about it? I mean, if somebody were stalking you, what would you do if somebody were stalking you? This is stalking. Let me show you what stalking is. Let me go ahead and do a little bit of show and tell here. Okay. We're going to look at what is stalking defined. Let's look at the definition of stalking. Somebody asking you to leave them alone is not considered stalking. That's considered somebody trying to cut the tie with you. If you continue contact for 6 years, 6 years, okay, she has in fact been stalking me, and it's been done right in front of people. But because the black sector gets flagged down often, which we're so happy about that. We're happy that the black sector gets flagged. You should get flagged when you are stalking one person, especially when the person doesn't want the interaction with you. I have no reason to go back and forth with any of these people. I am a spiritualist. Now, I will tell you that it does involve other witches, but we don't worry about them. We honestly don't. What we want is justice. What we call to Mama Hecate, to our sister, to our grandmother, to our mother, Hecate. We call to you for justice. Today, in victory. You know what the victory is going to be? The victory is going to be for this woman to no longer be sick. Okay, we all know that there's obviously a mental problem with this woman. Hit the thumbs up, by the way, guys, because they over here trying to thumbs down because for some reason, you know, I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I believe that there is a certain portion of the internet that fantasizes about me and that woman. You do. The reason why you want to try to link us together is because you're fantasizing about us. And the reason why you're fantasizing about us is because this woman is I know for a fact what she's talking to this guy about. So to continue her stalking because she can't let it go, she's talking to him. She's putting a battery up his back, probably telling him sex stories, probably describing to him about being with a woman. It's obvious that he likes 2 women together. This is sexual harassment as well on YouTube. I do believe that YouTube does have higher standards when it comes to that, but it's really hard for them to enforce that. Nobody should ever turn on their camera and start talking about who somebody had sex with years ago. Okay, anywhere. Now, this is not a traditional job. I am a witch. I work for the public as a witch. Okay. Now, there's also other witches involved. I will tell you that there's quite a few witches on here that use this chick, and it doesn't matter. She's worthless. I'm just telling you that she's worthless, and that's why you keep doing it over and over again, because you're not getting a return on your investment. I've been done had a return on my time that I invested on YouTube. I put up my videos. I'm going to put up a set of videos because I feel like we need the stalker readings today. Thumbs up if you guys want readings on your stalkers. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and shift the energy sort of away from the twin flame stuff until probably, give me a few days and I'll get the rest of those up. But we need to look at the stalkers because my phone has been ringing left and right from people complaining about people stalking them as well as being gang stalked. Okay, this is considered to be gang stalking, not to mention half of my sick and incestuous family members that are incestuous, not all of my family, but Half of them are in the chat room encouraging this guy. So there's a few people that have 6 sexual obsessions with your girl, High Priestess Jamila. It's the reality. They don't want to say it or admit it because I'm rejecting them, all of them. But I can assure you that they all have some kind of weird sexual obsession. In fact, this guy that's stalking me has been asking me for 2 years if he could come and visit me down in Atlanta. He lives in Benton Harbor, Michigan. When he realized that I would never do that, he went and linked up with this female. And then her already having a thirst to harass me because she's jealous of the things that I have. She's jealous of my lifestyle. She's jealous of the fact that I'm a witch. She's jealous of the fact that I'm more powerful than all of these deadheads that she's gathered together, that, she's managed to gather. And it's not even her. It's not even her. This is not her power. This is actually my power. Because without me, they would have never had any content. What do you know? This guy literally has been squeezing content out of this chick. And then you want to go live and see it. I think that he's trying to bother me. I think that he's so upset because honestly, this guy has called me late at night and told me how in love he is with me. And I actually tried to talk to Michael about this, and for some reason he didn't believe me. I was like, "Are you insane? You must be under some kind of hoodoo." Because this is the God to honest truth. Now, I don't record conversations because people that record conversations and play them back on YouTube, come on now. That means that they have to actually prove that they talked to somebody, you know what I'm saying, or that somebody came on to them. No. This guy has called me late at night telling me how in love he is with me. He did not record that conversation, did he? Okay. I have health problems. Oh, okay, hon. Bye. It must be no, I don't have no health problems. You're projecting, hon. I guess that's some of that weak ass magic that you're trying to do, huh? No, hon, I'm extremely healthy. And I think that what triggered them was the body shots that I did yesterday. So, really, to be honest with you, when you get to that point where a person can't show their body shots, you probably are close to the end. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And then the fact that you can't turn away. You can't turn away. I don't have health problems, hon, but we do know who does. Now, another thing is that Tiffany has health problems. This Cat Smith, that was probably Cat Smith. Cat Smith has health problems. A couple of the witches that were stalking me have health problems. Okay, these are older witches. My mother has health problems. There's no health problems over here, honey. I'm a healer. So I'm so sorry that bothers you, that, it's obvious that my health is fine, being that my metabolism is healthy. Yeah, I'm pretty healthy. Skin looks good and everything. Okay, so going back to what I was saying, I understand that there's a lot of you women that are jealous of me because of that. But trust me, please don't be jealous. Most of these guys on here are bombs. But y'all want those bombs. But y'all know that this bomb, literally, it's absolutely ridiculous. That's a really thirsty person. You link up with somebody that I used to know and then flail around the internet begging for my attention for 4 weeks. This is a waste of life. Tommy Sotomayor just did a show last night talking about black men like this. He does shows about this guy regularly. He actually did a show similar. saying, if you see black people, kill them. Black people like that is what he's basically saying. This is somebody that is, literally needs some rehabilitation. He needs to go to rehab. I actually exposed him last year. This guy has a drug problem. I knew I was right. Remember last year when I stated that he has a drug problem? I don't believe that Cat Smith is lying about that. In fact, Cat Smith has lied about a lot of stuff, but I have saw her telling the truth lately. Hello? Praise Goddess. That's a miracle to get that lady to tell the truth. So I think that Cat Smith is probably trying to, I don't know, maybe she's trying to come out of her, whatever that is. I hope so, but it is the truth. This guy's a drug addict. So he needs rehabilitation. Long-term drug addicts, not marijuana, but long-term drug addicts that do crack cocaine like he does, they end up with health problems. Okay? All of those things can cause health problems, and I'm not going to say anything, but it does cause health problems. Okay? He obviously has a lung problem. He has COPD. He should not be online stalking and harassing people. He needs to be at the nearest hospital getting treatment. For some reason, he's trying to model after me, but you can't do the same thing that I do. I am a healer. You're not. You have an actual medical condition, and so does your mother. I've actually heard him say to his mother that, she needs to get off of her medication. Get off of her medication and get on what? You told your mother to do that, hon, but your mother doesn't know where to go from there. You and your mother have health problems. This is the facts. They both have health problems. And he listens to my show. What's up, sis? He listens to my show. Okay? And he listens to the advice that I give to my people. Well, you're not my people, not spiritually. A person like him can't be healed. He can't be healed. He can't. Throw your card, Scorpio, which I bet you'll see that he can't be healed. So he's going to need to go to the doctor. You're not like me. I am somebody, first of all, I'm a healer. Like the embodiment of a healer. I have the same power as Saint Raphael. He's been trying to make me, like, Saint Raphael is literally, he's not just a healer, he's a teacher. And so is Shiva. So he's been trying to get me, and I have been using my own healing abilities on myself and on others. And, this actually exists. I mean, I witnessed a woman make a rose stand up. Not going to say who it was because, again, I don't want to give away other people's spiritual gifts. But yeah, when you're in the right mindset, you can actually have the power of resurgence. So I know very powerful witches that have the power of resurgence, because I have that power as well. That's basically what healing is. You can bring stuff back from the dead. My people used to bring people back from the dead. People been dead days, 2-3 days. We could bring them back up from the dead. Right now, we haven't really been able to do that because of all of the interruptions and the frequencies and shit, and how they, people like this guy, for real, because he doesn't understand it. He doesn't have the mind for it. He doesn't get it. Now, I think that what needs to happen is that drug addict needs to be flagged down. Okay, now, I'm not going to take too much time flagging them. I understand that there's a lot of bitter people that are depending on his channel right now. And so I want to talk to you all. All of the bitter upset, lonely, and sad people that go and look at that channel, and you are in the mindset to attack me for the same reason, because you believe that, I'm over here making thousands of dollars per day, which I am. I don't always receive it every day, but I do make, I make more than that, actually. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to go there. That ain't y'all business. Y'all believe that I'm out here making all this money, and late at night when nobody's saying anything, you believe that I'm over here laying up in the bed with Michael. It's driving you crazy. And you need that platform because your imagination is running all over the place. They're just imagining all of the things that, Michael is doing to me, because Michael has told people what he does to me, which he probably shouldn't have. And so this is partially his fault, but that's okay because he's not at fault. He's not at all. And a lot of people will try to say that this reflects poorly on him, but he's tried to get this dude to stop stalking me. He's been trying to get him to stop stalking me for years, even before all of this kicked up. Okay, it's been a few years. There were times in between there where, I would actually get along with Michael during our years of beefing, and during those times, he would, try to get him to stop stalking me, because this guy's been stalking me for years. I don't consider what Mike did stalking anymore. I don't. Michael was not stalking me all those years. He wasn't. He was pointing out a very big issue that I had that I needed to pay attention to. So he's innocent in this situation as far as I'm concerned. You can get mad at me if you want. The fact that you guys keep going on and on and on about it, and the fact that it's obvious who you're after. It's obvious. You're after the both of us, but the target is me because I'm the woman. So you go even harder at me for some reason, and it's a lot of different reasons, but we don't even care. So this is the reason why these people wake up early in the morning. This is the reason why Michael had to live the other day and tell people that me and him were not screwing, because these people are, I know y'all don't want to believe me, because, they put off a different personification. But literally, that's what these people are doing. And late at night, when I'm over here watching documentaries, when I'm watching my little, TV shows and movies, and when I'm doing work for clients and whatever it is that I'm doing. When I'm at home late at night doing this, they're at home late at night thinking about me and Michael together. Okay, which is the reason why they're trying to shame us. You can't, are you serious? So, that's the reason why he gets up early in the morning. I don't even believe this guy sleeps. And I think YouTube has drove him crazy. Okay, you will probably be able to sit back and watch him go crazy. He was actually yelling and screaming this morning, very upset about something. I don't know what the hell it was, because I don't talk to this dude. So clearly, whoever he talks to is who is upsetting him. He'll never admit it, because he's not he doesn't have the option of being picky. Okay, let's put it like that. He doesn't. And then also he's upset because Mike Mills destroyed him last night. Destroyed him as a man. Stop trying to compete with Mike. Why are you trying to compete with people? If it's somebody that you want to be like, and if it's somebody that you want the things that they have for yourself, then be inspired by them. Michael has been giving you gold. He has been shaming you in a backwards way because you're not going to do anything. I remember sometimes people need that negative reinforcement. So if you're a 44-year-old man and you're still living with your mother, obviously there is a problem. And then especially when you're on social media trying to judge other people in their lives. So regardless of what he says, Michael is not stalking him. Michael is helping people. I can honestly say that during the time last year that I linked up with Mike, I was under a lot of stress because of that guy. This is the God to honest truth. I could never, like at the end of the day, me and Mike have gotten into some pretty bad arguments, but I have got to say that I appreciate him being there for me and everything that he's done for me. So if you have a bad time with people, in your relationships with them, and you have to walk away or it's said and done, just appreciate what they did do for you at that time. He did a lot for me. Was very comforting, and I still care about Mike, and people are upset that I'm saying that. People that shouldn't even be upset, people that I've never met, people on the internet that have somehow formed a relationship with me. And then what you will say is, well, why don't you get out of social media? That's the first thing that people say. We have all these stalking laws in place, but where they really apply, we don't use them. We allow people to go and file false stalking reports against people, but people like me that are really being stalked, they do nothing. They do nothing. So again, witches are not looking for police justice. I'm not looking for police justice. This has nothing to do with the police. This has everything to do with everything. Okay, so the war is starting. I'm up for the challenge even by myself. Even by myself. I've beat these people by myself. Over and over again. And I didn't even need to flag them. Usually what ends up happening is that people will flag. Now, I think that one of the reasons why people are not flagging is because it's a man talking about a woman and a woman. So I want all of my peeps that are not obsessed with lesbianism. Lesbians have a right to their privacy as well. You don't have the right to just put women on display and exploit them. She likes it, but I don't. And I personally feel that there's nothing to exploit when it comes to me and her. It's absolutely nothing there. She has no connection with me. Never has. So that's the irony of it. That's why he has a picture of me and somebody else up on his channel. He deserves to be flagged. First of all, why would you involve me? Is it because he's talking about her? Well, that's her karma. I don't deserve that karma. He doesn't deserve that karma either. The only person that deserves any karma is you and her. So that's why I'm going to work so hard to get you flagged down. Okay, and then also the fact that you're not being honest, and then the fact that you're doing this every single day because you have nothing else to do with your life. You do this every day. It will help them. So I hex thee. Let me go ahead. We're going to do a little bit more meditation on Hecate. Did you hear this mantra? I hadn't heard this mantra. This is badass right here. I'll be back, guys. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I flagged it for. I flagged it again. I'm gonna keep flagging this dude. I'm gonna get this dude down. I feel that y'all could flag him, but I feel like the reason why y'all not flagging him is because this situation is turning you on. It's turning you on totally. It is. You know, the thought or the idea of two women being together, it's a turn on. You know, it is. And I think that that's why you guys don't do anything about it. But, you know, we can't continue to break the law and violate people for the sake of some weirdo getting turned on. Okay, because what isn't a turn on is when a woman tells another woman, I don't want anything to do with you, and she doesn't accept it. And then she goes to people that are into white supremacy. So she chose him because he was gearing towards that white supremacy type of thing. So she felt like, hey, I'm white, because she's already attempted to make contact with me in person. My spirits are going to continue to protect me from her because we don't want to see her in person. So she can't. So her friend Kat Smith called me in May, trying to hook up with me, trying to link up with me. Okay, now being that now I know in the future, if this happens in the future, to say, hey, if they call me from a different number or anonymous, and if they try that, what I'm going to say is, no, you know, I want nothing to do with you. Don't ever call me again. It's sad, but you have to sometimes be rude to stalkers like that. I want nothing to do with you. Stop calling my phone. Stop talking about me in social media. Stop. Okay, instead, I tried to be nice. After 6 years of stalking, you can't be nice. After 6 years of stalking, it would be different if this was the first year. You know, and she doesn't want to call me. You know why she doesn't want to call me? Because she knows that the same exact thing that happened in 2015 is going to happen this year. So instead, she wants to get this guy to continue to stalk me so that I'll attempt to reach out to her or something. I think she wants me to reach out to her. But I'm not. I never have reached out to her. I think years ago I did. Okay. But I distinctly remember I think it was either 2015 or 2016. I distinctly remember a similar thing happening. I remember Kat Smith calling my phone, telling me that Tiffany wanted to talk to me, saying she wanted to bury the hatchet. This same exact thing happened years ago. This is a true story. God is my witness. And just to let you guys know, if you are unclear on whether or not she's stalking me, then you've got to be a complete idiot. I'm sorry. Okay, so I think that that's pretty much. I think that this is called gaslighting. But years ago, she had Kat call me in a similar way. Okay, and I told Kat the same exact thing that I told her this year. I said, have her call me. Okay. She called me, I think it was like an hour later, she calls me. I asked her how she's doing. I asked her how the kids are doing. And I tell her, I say, listen, our friendship is over. She flips. She starts gasping on the phone. This is a true fucking story. So a very similar, so that's why she won't call, because she knows if she calls me after I haven't contacted you in years and after having your friend call me for you, she knows that when she calls, I'm going to tell her the same damn thing that I told her back then. The same thing. So she's going around saying, I'm not going to call her. She's saying that to people that I can tell exactly. But see, that's because she's afraid. She's afraid to call me because she knows that I'm going to tell her that I want nothing to do with her. And that's not what she wants to hear. And to be honest with you, it has nothing to do with lesbian. Me and her were more friends than anything. So I think that the reason why she brings that up is because she wants to get attention from people. She wants to say, hey, and then it results in this. Okay, contacting somebody in social media. Actually, I recorded a video that I was going to put up on the channel last night. I will go ahead and play that audio from that video that I was going to play, because I actually found a really good article on stalking. Okay, so this is called gaslighting. What they're doing right now is called gaslighting. You're stalking me and then you're gaslighting me, and then there's probably a bunch of idiotic people that actually believe that. But the reason why they believe that is because they have dirty minds. I don't want anything to do with that woman. And she knows it. She knows that the friendship is over and she can never get it back. So she figures, fuck it. I don't care. Let's listen to the tape that I did. And anybody enabling her is going to have to get these curses. That's straight from Hecate. Hecate is going to punish you as well for enabling her. And don't feel stupid. Don't feel stupid if you say, whether or not you go live, whether or not you have to send a telegram to her, whether or not you have to call her phone personally and tell her, don't you ever feel stupid or feel insecure about telling her that I want nothing to do with her, because that is the damn truth. That is the God to honest truth. So help me God. So there have been people that are telling her that, but she's been somehow convincing people otherwise. See, she's manipulating you. She's made it obvious as to where she works. She even told me where she works. That's where she wants me to contact her. She don't want me to report. She's like, well, I didn't want you to report nothing to my job. I wanted you to call me at work. That's how she wants to relink back up with me, but she wants it to be me calling her instead. Well, why in the hell would I call you or go through great lengths to contact you, Tiffany, when I want nothing to do with you? So when y'all go live and y'all tell her that, that's why she's flagging you. She's flagging your channels because you're telling her the truth. This bum knows it. The bum, because he's mad because don't nobody want him. The bum knows it. He knows it. That's why he went over there and tried to blame me for flagging Mikey's channel. Why would I flag Mikey's channel? Mike has said like minuscule things about me. He ain't even said shit about me. So why would I be flagging him? She is flagging Michael because he is telling her the truth and he needs to go live again. You are not stupid for doing that. I am calling to action everybody in social media. Do not placate that girl in her fantasies. Do not do it. You need to tell her the truth that I want nothing to do with her, because that's the God to honest truth. That bum does not know how I feel. These people in social media that she's contacting, trying to get my attention through, they don't know how I feel because I don't talk to those people. The only people that know, my children know exactly how I feel. They know that my children know who is in my life. They know what I love. They know who I love. They know who I am thinking about. So the problem is that these people just don't know. They're not in contact with me. You know how like when you have an ex that's trying to, run through every possible scenario, what's going on with this person, and they doing this and they doing that. In reality, that person is just not doing you, and they want nothing to do with you, and you just need to move on when somebody has told you that. Especially when it's obvious. It's obvious. It would be different, Tiffany, if it was 3 months since I told you this. L. Dot going live saying this to you is not going to change things. And I know you want me to contact you. You want me to contact you, Tiffany, and I have not done it in 5 or 6 years. Now you have resorted to exposing where you work so that I can reach you. You went on Mike's show last year and did a 9-hour show with Michael about me, saying that you want me to move back to Kansas City and you'll get me an apartment. First of all, you're delusional because you barely paying your own bills. I have my financial situation together. Are you dense? Are you dense? So what are you talking about? She actually went on there and said that she wanted me to come back, or either my son or something, but she was really talking about me. She wants me to come back to Kansas City, probably live with her, probably move in with her. What y'all don't know is that prior to her trying to sabotage my connections with other people, which is the main reason why me and her had issues, is that she's crazy and fucking possessive. She's a crazy possessive Taurus. This is the truth. Okay? Prior to us falling out, or of me deciding to end the friendship, that's what happened. Okay, prior to that, me and her were making plans to move to Seattle together, not as a couple, not as some lesbian thing. She's gonna tell you it's lesy because she wants attention. She wants me to have to come on here and explain, but it had nothing to do with that. We were gonna move to get away from Kansas City. So she actually does want to move out of Kansas City. She's just tied there for some reason. And I don't know why she's talking about her grandmother and her grandfather. I thought that those people were dead. I didn't know that her grandmother was still alive. Maybe this is because, Tiffany has people outside of her blood family that she calls her family too. So maybe that's what it is. But I thought that Grandma Chrisman had been dead. I didn't know that she was still alive. I don't know if that's her last name, whatever it is. I just, that's kind of what I say, whatever your last name is, so anyway. Yeah. So it's like, now, hun, this is not a question. This is so obvious. This woman has been stalking me for 6 years. And what she's been doing is she's been using her tactics of manipulation, and then also saying, well, why is she talking about me then? Well, if you look back, just look at the history of the channel. How often do I actually talk about her? Is it all the time, or is it just when she does things like this to get my attention? So you can't even say that. So you're trying to tell people and spin the narrative that I'm stalking you because I'm responding to you stalking to me. Nice try, but I'm sorry, Narcs, that doesn't work. The truth of the matter is that I want nothing to do with you, and I'm tired of seeing you go around in social media. Like literally last year, it was so obvious, and she has no respect at all. And the reason why is because she feels that she owns me. She feels that I belong to her. You see how she has no shame? You see how she's stalking me right in front of everybody with no shame. She's like, I am not too proud to beg for what I call my own, but hun, this does not belong to you. So it's been 6 years, hun. You know, in about another 80 years, I'll be saying it's been 86 years. Hopefully you won't still be stalking me. You know, and so I've got to give y'all the definition of stalking, because you know, Tip Tap, I know you don't want to miss a thing, but honey, you got to miss me. You just gonna have to let it burn, girl. So do keep telling her that. That's good for y'all. Y'all can feel safe and confident in telling her that, because I don't want her at all. She doesn't represent any value to me at all. In fact, she brings bad luck. She has a lot of bad luck. She's been dealing with a lot of witches. She tried to go behind my back and deal with my mother. My mother hates her fucking guts, but will use her. So not only has my mother been cursing her, but there's been a couple of other people that have placed curses upon her. So that's why it's important for her to try to make that connection. See, I do a cord cutting to her every single day. A cord cutting from me, somebody else, and anybody in my family. So she's not just latched onto me. She seems to be done latched onto the Briscoes for some reason. My guess is that she could possibly also be dating one of my family members as well. That's one of the other things that I suspect. Who cares? If I cared, I would contact you. I would say it. I would come live and say, and I would just say it. I would say it live to you. You know that I don't lie about how I feel. Ever. If I still wanted that woman, I would have no problem with admitting to it. That is the goddess to honest truth. But I don't. I had good times with her. We had me and her were, that was my dog. That was my dog for a long fucking time. You know what I'm saying? And it had nothing to do with no goddamn fucking lesbian sex, man. I rolled with her. I hung with her. I looked out for her, man, for years. So it's not like a lot of y'all people will just look at it from a perverted standpoint, but she needs a friend right now, and I can't be that friend. It's no different from years ago when I was dealing with an angel, and I had to discover within myself what he unearthed in me. So I'm not saying that this chick has to end up in a bad way. That's going to be her choice. She's wished bad on me, though, and she's threatened me for years. Now, if she's threatening me, or if my spirit sense a threat, they're going to send all that shit back to them. That's why they have consistently lost this battle. And I think that being that you want to get back with me, being that you want the friendship back, I know you do, but yet you're doing negative things to force me. She is literally trying to force some kind of contact. When we were on Mike Mills' show together last year, she did not want to argue with me. She wanted to connect with me. This is the truth. It doesn't matter if she says, I don't want nothing to do with her. Ask her, then why are you stalking her then? Why are you making connections purposely with people on YouTube just so that it can get and trickle down to people that you think are involved with her? So because she felt that I was involved with Michael again, of course she would go to LA, of course, to carry out her treachery. So I want everybody to do me a favor. Do her a favor. Do her a favor. Tell her the truth. Tell her the truth that I don't want nothing to do with her. Don't placate her. Don't say, oh, Jamila is obsessed with you, because I'm not. I'm obsessed with somebody. It's not her. Okay. And it's not a woman. I am definitely obsessed with somebody and possibly even currently stalking them. So it's not you. You wouldn't have been a romantic choice in my life. I don't understand why she keeps doing this. Me and her had an understanding, even when we were friends, that we both wanted men in our lives. Perhaps she was not being honest. I think that I've proven that, not only have I been with a man, but the relationship was very challenging and I was very submissive. If I were a lesbian, I wouldn't have been submissive. There are a lot of things that y'all need to pay attention to. Tell her the freaking truth. That this woman wants nothing to do with you anymore. You've got to let the friendship go. I mean, this is literally me, that we did spend a lot of time together. We did. Okay. But it wasn't all about sex and it wasn't all about that. So she misses the friendship. She wants the friendship back. That is exactly how she feels. She has to know, no, now this is probably where she may have some kind of entitlement. She may feel entitled. I don't know why. I don't owe her anything. I don't owe her any money. I don't owe her any energy. I don't owe her anything. She feels entitled somehow to say, I'm going to throw a temper tantrum, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it covertly. I'm going to have a simp do it for me. And that's exactly what she's doing. Tell her the truth. Say, hey, this woman wants nothing to do with you. Okay. And it's obvious that you're stalking her. She's asked you to leave her alone. Now you've literally, it's no different from what she's been doing. All you did was teamed up with another stalker. So this guy that's a stalker, he's stalking me along with her, being a stalker, and then saying, we're not stalking you. Well, what do you think this is being? And then all of this, I'm gonna be honest with you, this dude was a thirsty stalker before she ever even met up with him. He was stalking me in social media before any of this happened, before anything in my life, but before he ever met her. And just to let y'all know, I believe that they've been talking longer than just 4 months. And I called that down a long time ago. All of those women have been talking to all of these men in the Black sector. She's been talking to him just as long as she's been talking to somebody else. That is the truth. Okay. The only thing is that they are willing to keep it a secret. She's sworn them to secrecy, which is ridiculous. You're not worth that much, hon. You're not to me. Not to me, you're not, because I personally don't have no respect for you. I don't have no respect for a woman that stalks another woman. Evidently, your life ain't worth shit. Evidently, it must not be worth anything. Evidently, you must not have any self-worth at all, hon. That's not something that I would respect in a person. What I would respect is for you to move on with your life and, stop embarrassing yourself. She went that far as to say that she had been with 3 different dudes or whatever. And I don't know if she's trying to say that to make me jealous, but she knows that I've never been jealous of the men that she's been with. She knows that. Me coming to you and say, hey, listen, honey, you should not be sleeping with that many people. Me coming to her saying that does not mean I'm in love with you and I want you to stop sleeping around on me. No, that's genuine advice. Who wants a friend that literally for years and years, for over 20 years, it's nothing but an after school special? You want your friends to be up at your level. You don't want your friends to be where she's at, which is in the mindset that she's in. And she has stuff going for her. It would be different if she didn't have anything going for her, but she has the ability to get a job. She's an attractive woman. It's nothing wrong with her. She needs to move on. Because every time she comes around, she's pushing men away from me. And I'm not going to have that shit. We love women. We celebrate the woman and the divine feminine and the Mother Earth. We love women over here. We are not women haters. Obviously, we're not. But this is different. This is a woman trying to force herself on another woman. Okay? Now, she already got to talk to me. Everything that she does to get me to try to contact her. So, I'm not going to contact her. Who I'm going to contact is the people in my life that I depend on for support. My sister, Scorpio Witch, some of my other peeps that I've met. Those are the people that I'm going to contact. I'm never going to contact her. First of all, if you're stalking somebody, you can't really expect them to do that. But it doesn't matter what she does or what game she plays. I want nothing to do with her. Okay. So this is a banishing, but since she used to be a friend, we're going to try to do this in a nice way. Actually, throughout the years, I have rejected her in a very nice way. Now it's becoming an inconvenience. You're pushing men away from me. I don't like that. I'm not going to have girlfriends that push men away from me. I don't have friends like that. I don't like friends like that. I'm sorry, I'll do work on you. So, and especially being that in the year 2020, most people that are looking at other people, the people that are looking at me, they don't want that lesbian crap. And, even back then, my ex that I have 2 children with, he was totally mortified by that whole thing. He was very, very upset. He did not want me, doing things with other women, which is understandable. It's kind of like it does make men feel insecure, which they shouldn't, hun. You have a phallus. If you have a phallus and you have those big, strong arms and hands, a woman cannot necessarily compete with you. She can't. But that's what she's been trying to do. But she's very manipulative. So what she will do is use her divine feminine power, try to seduce the man. In reality, she's just trying to sabotage my relationships. She doesn't really have a problem with me being successful and having money. That's probably something that she's proud of. You know what I'm saying? She only flips out when she thinks there's another man. And when Mike stopped roasting me, that is when they went into red alert. So they are expecting this man to sit and roast me every single day, or they're going to spiritually attack him because, see, he's supposed to roast me to prove that we're not together. You don't have the right to control people like that. I'm a witch. Remember that. Okay. So ultimately, I can't control her. She's another woman. You can't do that. This woman is dead set on stalking me. And I know what she wants. I know exactly what she wants. Listen, I know exactly what she wants. Okay, she wants the entire feeling of making up, of us seeing each other, of us hugging, of the situation working itself out. But I think that it was obvious that when Cat Smith called me that you guys were not trying to end this amicably. Because what they tried to do was they were trying to attempt to set it up to where, I guess, you know what? I don't even think they were going to do it in social media. I think that they were trying to do something where she was going to try to curve me or mess with my head and make me want her. So she called in May saying that they were going to come down here to visit in June. I'm thinking on the phone, you're not coming over. You're not coming down here to see me. So my spirits immediately rejected it. But of course, I'm not going to sit up here and say that. You don't tell your enemy everything. So basically, I just played her. Well, the next thing I knew, and you can ask Michael, when Kat supposedly went down to Benton Harbor by herself, I knew Tiffany was there. I knew Tiffany was there before they even told everybody that Tiffany was there. So yeah, I am a real psychic, and at the very least, I'm very empathic. So I could tell that she was there. I could sense her energy. Okay. And it seemed like the situation backfired on it. I don't know if it was because LA was so unattracted to Kat or if it was because he couldn't have both of them. I personally think that this guy, the reason why he's dissing Kat is because Kat probably wasn't interested in him. Okay, she didn't feel that the situation was worth sleeping with him for some reason, I guess. I don't know, but Tiffany did. In fact, that was the original plan, was for Tiffany to go down there and sleep with him for various reasons. None of those reasons matter to me. So nobody's talking about her because they want her or because of that. We're talking about her because she's been stalking me. Every single time she does this, I fight back and I let her know I want nothing to do with you. She has had people convinced that I want her, which means that she's been manipulating people. And you know I don't want you. Okay. So let's go ahead and, you know what? I'll upload that video a little bit later because I'm going to be talking to you guys about your stalkers. Okay. And we're going to be doing stalker readings because it's about that time. I should have did it a month ago. I don't know why I didn't do it a month ago. I should have started doing those readings then. But, you know. Oh, yeah, there's definitely no judgment over here on my channel. I don't feel judged at all, ever. I can feel their judgment because they have bad judgment. Those people have very bad judgment. You know, if you're dealing with people that have very bad judgment, you're going to feel judged. It's just kind of, you know, goes along with that. I'm going to find an appropriate song for her to play for her. Okay, so if you guys remember, because I don't forget anything, if you guys remember years ago, her and Kat did this nice little video to where they did this flying lantern to where they were going to let the situation go. Okay, so they do these lanterns for the three of us, I think. I think they had one for me, one for Tiffany, one for Kat, if I'm not mistaken. And I didn't even know Kat, so I don't even know why, because I don't know Kat, but it's all good. I had never met her, you know, so I don't know why she was doing it, but they were letting these lanterns go. And the one that they threw, I think it was 2 lanterns. I think they were using 2, and they were doing one for me and one for them. The one that they put in the air for me, it went way far. I mean, it went far. The one that they let go for themselves, you know, when you do, and I love those lanterns. I love them. I love them. They're so amazing. The one that they did for the 2 of them ran into a tree and crashed and burned. Crashed and burned, man. That was a bad sign, but that's not my fault. It had nothing to do with the fact that first of all, I wasn't cursing them. When somebody's telling lies on you and stalking you, you're not cursing them. You're just giving them back their bad energy. So you don't even have to say, oh, I'm cursing somebody. No, they're cursing them goddamn selves. So that was a sign. They were supposed to have been letting it go, but they obviously didn't. Now, I do believe that the only reason why any of this happened is so that I could have an experience with somebody else. So, it seems like everything negative that happens to me ends up having like a positive outcome. Because I got a lot of good out of this situation. I'm actually very happy with what I took away from this situation. I have no problem with it. So I'm good with everything that I've done, and everything always seems to work out for me. Probably because I trust my spirits. I trust uh, my ancestors. I trust them. you know. So let's find an appropriate song to play as like a goodbye song for her. Um, maybe this will help her get through it. Okay. I don't know. Because obviously this girl is and I understand why she misses me. I am one of the bestest friends that somebody could ever have. And I'm sure that deep down she does feel a certain amount of guilt, but she's trying to put it off on this guy Michael because me and him just so happened to hook up last year. So she wants to put it off on him and say, "Oh, well, I'm the one that led them to each other. So I feel that I should get some kind of notoriety because I'm the one responsible. If it were not for her, I would have never met him or he would have never met me." She's trying to take credit for that. Okay, because she knows what's up. No, actually, what gives credit to this situation is how Michael felt. You don't have nothing to do with how he felt or what he saw. So, and also his OCD. So he was able to stalk me for years, and I have no regrets about hooking up with Mike. In fact, Mike is one of my favorite people in the world, and he knows that. I don't give a shit what you say. I know how to forgive and move forward. So I know him better than many of y'all know him. Y'all don't really know him. He's literally one of my most favorite people in the world besides my children. Even now, even though we're not together, me and Michael are not together. But I do respect him, and I will not be out in social media disrespecting him because I respect myself. That's all it is to it. Now, I do get angry at Mike. I got angry at Mike just recently, but other than that, that's something that you're not going to see too often. In fact, you're not going to see that at all because I appreciate everything that Mike did for me. Even though he did things to me in social media, I feel that he was using poor judgment. But at the end of the day, his place in my life was not a negative for me at all. So, people can say whatever they want to say, but it's the actions that you take. And need I remind y'all that these two women were stalking me so badly that when my daughter had her baby, when my grandbaby was born, Cat Smith was, and see, that was something that I had forgotten about. So somebody had reminded me of that. I think it was Tina had reminded me of, when she was trying to call CPS to have my grandbaby taken from me, taken from my daughter. She's evil. Both of those women are evil. I don't feel sorry for you. Really, to be honest with you, I shouldn't even be playing this damn song for you. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be nice anymore. Fuck that. You're banished. That's all it is to it, okay? You're banished, and I don't want anything to do with you. It doesn't matter how many times somebody comes out in social media and says it, it's not going to make it a reality. So it's going to do nothing for you. Nothing. I can't do nothing for you. And you're going to have to just heal from the situation. I remember being stuck on somebody years ago I didn't stalk them for 6 years. Hell no. But I definitely was stuck on them for years, and I had to work on myself. And you know what? Whatever reason you're stuck on Jamila, Tiffany, it's something inside of you. In fact, you're not looking inward at all. You tried to blame Mikey for the reason why me and you don't talk no more. You tried to blame him. I've seen you in utter denial in his chat room. You're not being honest with yourself at all. You're never gonna be in my good graces again. Okay, and you're just gonna have to accept that. Okay, and in the meantime, between time, let's all live life and be happy. That sucks that on a Friday morning, instead of people enjoying life or enjoying their lives, Tiffany and her need to control a woman or to try to control another woman keeps people from living their lives. Sadly, this is sad that people can't actually live their lives because they still have to hear about this. But there's a reason for all of this. I feel that I need to do some readings. That's typically what I do when anything is happening. Is I do readings, and I do have personal readings that I have to do for people. So I do have to go. I did want to spend a few minutes of my time, saying, "Hey, uh, this is the truth." And do y'all remember when Cat Smith decided to argue with me about whether or not I was attracted to Mike last year? It's because they want to control who I'm with or who I like, and then they feel like, well, why are you attracted to him? Well, first of all, I like black features. I've always liked black features. I've always liked black people. I have black features myself. I may be light skinned, but look at me. If you want to call him a monkey, then I look like a monkey too. So we're both monkeys. Two monkeys sitting in a tree. If that's what you want to fucking say, fine. Call us a monkey. I look like a light skinned monkey, whatever. Now, I personally don't believe that Mike looks like that. I think that he is very attractive. And for you guys to actually, for that to be like there's a lot of women that find Mike attractive, a lot of them. He's had a woman marry him. A woman marrying you says a big thing. They always say that they always say that men validate the women or whatever when they marry us, but that's a huge thing when somebody marries somebody. So obviously, this man is more attractive than what you want to accept. Can we be fair in saying that? So I think another thing that I do think and I do believe is that I'm not going to say everything that I believe, but what I can tell you is that this is all about people competing. People competing. They don't care about what's actually going on in people's real lives. And I don't even want to talk about this. I'm not even going to go there, but you guys have heard both of us say how we felt about each other live, the good and the bad. So I don't even have to remind you. Today is Friday. A lot of people got paid. I know I got paid today. I don't know about y'all. I got paid today. So if you have that kind of stuff going on, then you don't why would you need to so you're gonna go live and say that I'm stalking her and you're doing this for donations? I can imagine that the donations are probably not even gonna reach her. It's gonna go in his crack dealer's pocket because I was spot on when I guessed that this guy was a drug addict. I mean, we can actually go and listen to what he's doing.
Originally titled something like we need to have a little talk. Okay, sweetheart? You are no longer allowed, pay attention, you are no longer allowed to speak my name or answer questions about it.
I understood that.
Okay, he's talking about somebody else right there. But as you guys can see, look, why are you using my photograph in your? Why do you use why did he use me and Mikey's photograph? Who's stalking who? Who? You're using my photograph. Who's stalking who? This whole thing, I think you met up with Tiffany 4 weeks ago. You met up with her 4 weeks ago. You've been doing this every day. Okay, you've been doing this every day. You're actually stalking everybody. Okay, LA doesn't really do videos about the trolls that are stalking him, but you do videos about other people. The people that make videos about you are making videos because you won't leave them alone. I think that this is something truly that a stalker just doesn't fucking get. Okay, and by the way, y'all know that Michael looks adorable in that picture. You know, I think it's really sad that, you know, people have to do that and that he has to do that. Like, you're not roasting us. You're on self-roast. He's roasting himself.
And I did not know that you took the biggest L of the sector, Jay Black. Your girlfriend got up here on video and told you that she was happy that people flagged you back.
Jay Black is not because his woman was probably happy about him being flagged down because he couldn't make videos to the black sector anymore. No woman in her right mind that loves a man, LA, the man that Tiffany is actually with, that she wants, doesn't want him doing what you're doing. She doesn't. She wouldn't actually want a man that has anything to do with this crap. So what are you talking about? Nobody wants their man or the person that they care about involved in this crap, especially with you. And for some reason, this guy gets a lot of views. He had like 100 people watching. Why? Because he had my photograph and Michael's photograph in the title. He can't get that many live viewers with just his name. He knows that he is no competition for Mike. See, I'm not in competition with these guys. I do a totally different thing. I'm not trying to compete with any of these men. But as far as with Mike, Mike has every area and factor about you beat, hands down, in the looks department, the money department, the decency department. Even on YouTube, Mike gets more views than you. Mike can put his name in the title, his picture, and get over 100 watching. You have to have somebody on your platform. You're not even talking about anything. You're just playing the videos that people play to you. Is that not understood? I make videos about spirituality, dude. And I do live readings. If I get 20 people in my chat or even 5 people in my chat, half of those people when I'm doing a live reading are going to contact me for a reading. Half of those people are. So views don't matter for me. You're competing with Michael. You flagged his channel because you were upset about the views that he got. You are upset at Michael because he had over 100 views last night while destroying you. He destroyed you. You're trying to compete with him. You can't compete. So because you can't compete, you decide to use an old dead relationship of mine. And by the way, she's going to take advantage of it too.
Hands look better than yours, because nigga, you look like your hands, nigga. And I'm glad that Robert J pointed that out. Like, people with real small fingers, because you have some real small fingers. Almost look like your fingers almost look like Chucky. But she's dope. Get on YouTube and say something to you.
LA, we're not falling for that. We're not. No, 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 hun. She's paying you to do it. And you feel so insecure about that situation with her that you're going extra hard. And trust me, she doesn't respect you. You could tell by the way she talked about you. So she figured, fuck it. You know, I don't want this guy going crazy because and it's going to happen, Tiffany. You shouldn't have done that. He's going to eventually figure it out that you're not at all serious about him and he's going to start roasting you. These are the realities. These are the facts. That's why he still has me with a wrench in his chat room. You think that, you know, anyway, listen, she's not online making videos, but she's encouraging you to stalk me. It is the same goddamn thing. Let's not play dumb here. She keeps coming around trying to create problems in my personal life by telling people that I want her. And so people will say, damn, they were actually talking about it. They said, what did you do to her? I was an amazing ass friend to her. That's it. That's it. That's all. She's never going to find a friend like me again. I hope she does. And I hope that if she does find somebody like me again, that she appreciates them and doesn't do them the way that she treated me or do them the way that she did me.
I mean, I need to know what she thinks about me. She don't think about you. I'm telling you now. She don't think about you. She don't talk about you. Never talks about her.
She never thinks about me, but she was in a. This guy is really a liar, and that's why I want you flagged down. The only reason why she even connected with you is because she's thinking about me constantly. She wanted to link up. Why would she hook up with you then? Why would she hook up with you? You think that there's something special about you? Why would she hook up with you then? You think she hooked up with you because she actually liked you? And I think that's what you're doing right now. You are now in denial and you don't want to take the L. Eventually, you're going to have to take the L. Eventually. You're going to have to. Okay, LA, I actually feel like LA was the one that was set up in this situation. And he's definitely under troll pressure. I don't know what you're talking about. This chick has been stalking me for 6 years, dude. And then you're going to say, she doesn't talk about you. And I believe that that's a lie because I believe that she has to be talking to him about me. Otherwise, why are you making videos about me every day? Let it go then. You don't have the upper hand, LA. This is somebody that I used to deal with. So again, you look desperate for a topic. That's all that it looks like. You look like a desperate YouTuber, desperate for a topic. This is somebody that I knew her longer than you did, LA. I think I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You're not an expert. You've met her once, right? I used to live right down the street from her. We're from the same town. Me and Tiffany grew up together. Not me and Cat Bomb. Me and Tiffany grew up together. I met Tiffany when she was fucking 13 years old. So what are you talking about? You mean to tell me that you're trying to convince the world that you are not stalking somebody, which I've never met you before at all, and you were stalking me, so who's stalking you? You're stalking me. And I truly believe that it's because this bomb wants to be with me. I believe that he wants to come over here and move in with me because he asked me 2 years ago. And for some reason, you had the audacity to take it as an insult that I hooked up with Mike last year instead of you. Well, first of all, I never made any of those plans with you, LA. I never told you to come down here. He lied about all of that. All of that is cap. He has nothing to prove that I asked him to be with me. None, because if I would have asked him, he would have played it. He literally called my phone one day and said, yeah, I want to come down there. Yeah, I want to come visit. You want me to move in with you? Yeah. Literally was asking to move in with me. Where's your mother, honey? That's, as a grown-ass man, let's address this grown-ass man that are asking other grown-ups in social media to move in with them. Clearly, you're struggling with even having a roof over your head. Clearly, there's a struggle. Now, we could see that you went live the other day showing your house. You're responding to everything that I tell you to do. You're literally my puppet right now. Let me show you guys something. I told him the other day, I said, you probably don't even have your lights on. Okay? You probably don't even have your lights on. He makes this video proving that his lights are on. Need I say more? Need I say more? See how he's trying to prove that his lights are on? He's not doing that for troll pressure. He's trying to convince me that he might be the man for me. Well, you're not the man for me, hon. You're not. I'm not even physically attracted to you at all. Like even if you were not a totally ridiculous person, I would still not be attracted to you. I'm not attracted to you at all. And then I'm in my 40s. So what changes you think you can make with that? I'm pretty much set in my ways. I'm not some young girl. I'm 43 years old. Trust me, I'm not going to change my mind. Okay, when you're at the age of 40, you're making decisions. You are making lifelong decisions. You're making decisions for the rest of your life. You're not going to make the humbug decision. I'm not going to make decisions that are temporary right now. We're making permanent decisions right now. Hold on. Oh, this looks like, I don't know what that is. Okay, listen. At the age of 43, I'm not going to hook up with somebody that like you. At the age of 43. Okay, if I did hook up with somebody that, not saying that your money has to be perfect with me, no. As long as you're bringing something to the table. But I do want somebody that does have plans financially with themselves, yeah. I'm not going to hook up with a guy at the age of 43 that works at a hotel room. I'm not going to hook up with a guy with a hotel job at the age of 44. I'm not going to do it. Okay, my standards are set a lot higher than that. I would have to actually really like you, and I don't like you. I don't even like you as a person. So there will never be a chance of me wanting you. You're going to have to accept this. Okay, I realize that Tiffany and Kat was helping you against your plight against Mike. Again, even in that area, I am not like Tiffany or Kat. I'm not like any woman that you've been with before. I will never hook up with you because I've hooked up with Mike. So Mike changed everything, hon. He did. He changed a lot in my life as well for the better. You kept saying that Mike was bringing all this bad luck to me. No, that's not true. I would say that the person that's living the way that you're living right now, which you don't like the way that you're living, it was never meant to be between me and you, L. Dot. You know what? If I would have, if I was cold and calculating, but I don't have to do that. The man called me one night. He was damn near in tears. Kind of like what he's sounding like right now. damn near in tears, telling me how much he was in love with me and how he wanted me to have his baby and all this crap. And I was like, what? He got friend zoned. He got upset. This is a fucking God to honest truth, man. I swear to God, I'm fucking telling y'all the truth. He calls me one night, so-called confessing his love to me, telling me that he needs to live with me and he needs to come down here to visit me first. I tell him immediately, there was no cap. I told him, I don't feel that way about you. I look at you as just a friend. He immediately got upset, started cussing me out, and went and did a live show about me. This is the God to honest truth. This happened in 2017. I didn't even tell anybody about that. For what? Am I supposed to be bragging about this person? I'm not flattered. I feel like there's something, obviously, maybe it's some dirt that I need to clean off of myself. Maybe I need to clear myself of something for this man to actually be coming on to me, because I'm not interested in a man like him. And you know, when you're a woman and you say that, but yet you have these men that say, you know that, and basically what, you know, what he'll do, you know, is especially this last time, he says that he accepts it, but he doesn't really want to accept it. I went on his platform to get Mike's attention. That was it. I haven't been back since, if you guys notice, except to cuss him out and to roast him on his own platform. He couldn't even handle it. He had to get rid of me. He had to kick me off his platform because he couldn't handle the heat. So I'm trying to figure out where exactly this guy is getting at. And why has he been doing this for 5 or 6 years? In the meantime, I'm supposed to be over here doing readings, but yet he'll go back over on his platform. He's never purchased a reading from me. He's never purchased spiritual work from me, and he never will. I would never do work on him, ever. I'm not interested. There's some people's money that I don't even take. He would be one of them. You're lying on me for the sake of you not looking like an idiot for hooking up with that woman to get my attention, and it didn't work. Literally, you heard crickets for 3 weeks. And you know it. By the way, guys, hit that thumbs up for me. Thank you. It's just, you just gonna have to accept the reality, and Tiffany's definitely gonna have to accept the reality. I don't know if Tiffany knows this. I'm only going by what you're saying publicly. The way that this bomb is making her look, he's making it look like she's stalking me. He knows that. You're making it look like she's stalking me while at the same time saying that she's not stalking me. While at the same time actually stalking me online. Make this make sense to me. I think that what it boils down to is it's a person that has idle hands. Your mother needs to do something with you. She needs to give you some advice or something. I don't know what the deal is with that. Okay? But I've got work to do. So I've spent all the time that I can spend on this situation. Stop going on your platform. So people, they want a story, they'll take it to their platform, they will lie. Trust me, the true story, the truth is more interesting than the lies that you're telling. Trust me. The only difference is that you're trying to protect this woman from what she deserves. She has to get her karma, period. And trust me, she's going to get it all at once. We don't have time to waste 6 years on her. So she needs to be told the truth. especially being that she herself stalked me for years. She would be on other people's platforms. She would be in other people's chat rooms, lying on me. She was calling people that were YouTube vloggers to do videos about me. She told lies about me to get my attention. She did all of the classic things that your ex would do if they're stalking you. The only difference is that I don't consider her to be my ex. We were never in a relationship together, ever. So that's not my ex, but she's doing the things that an ex-man would do. So I'm never going to allow you to come on here and lie. And I'll keep fighting. If we have to do this every day, only God is going to have the last word. In the meantime, I've got to go and get some readings and some other stuff done, guys. If you guys want to get on my schedule for this evening, I do have openings because I had a few readings that I had to get done yesterday. So, regardless to what they're doing, I'm pretty sure that, this guy is not getting anything done. He's not accomplishing anything. I am over here literally, I have 7 arms right now. So I've got a lot to deal with right now. I've given all of my time that I can do. I think it's worth it, though, so that the truth can be out there. You're telling it as a true story. You're not telling it as something that you're just telling. You're telling this as it is a true story. You're not even saying allegedly. You're just saying this is what it is, and that's a lie. So I'm going to go, guys. I will see y'all later. You are banished, and I'm going to get that his channel flagged. Now, perhaps the reason why Spirit is not flagging his channel is because perhaps right now he desperately needs the money. But, I can tell you that it's not going to be an easy fate. If this is what his subscribers pay him for, fine. Just know that it's a fucking lie. Everything you're paying for is a lie, so you're paying for a lie, number one. Number two, okay, as long as you pay him for doing stuff like this, his children are going to continue, because you got to consider that this man has small children that he is not supporting. Now, what I make on my channel supports my children. What he makes only supports his drug habit. So you're aiding and abetting, you're aiding and enabling a drug addict is what you're doing. So by all means, if he's going to be destroyed, fine. So maybe that's why, because of his money or whatever, this is how he's making his money. But, I don't know, like, number one, you're not going to get much out of it, if you're going to continue to exploit me, or try to exploit me. You're not actually exploiting me. You're trying to exploit me and doing a horrible job at gaslighting. You're doing a horrible job at it. It's just not working for you because there's nothing changed. Nothing has changed. I still made money yesterday and I still was in love yesterday. So what was it? You ain't changed a goddamn thing. Okay, only your story keeps changing, but as far as the whole other situation, you haven't changed anything in my life. And you haven't, and you've been trying to do it for 6 years and it never works. Because that's your intent, right? Your intent is to actually change things in my real life and to bother me in real life. I'm still happy. I'm still in love. I'm still in love with life. I'm still the same person. You can't change what's over here. And Tiffany definitely can't change it. I don't owe you anything, hon. It's time for you to move on. Okay, if you are one of my exes, I know that Frankie is also in the background of this. Frankie is, because he talks to Kat and Tiffany. It is over. You've been knowing me. You've been broke up for almost 20 years. And, I remember the oh my God, my ex. Oh yeah, we got to do these readings. It's official. We are doing the stalker readings today. I'm probably gonna do them live. We got to talk about this urgent. My ex, who is a Cancer, he still is upset about the fact that I don't want to be with him. This is the God to honest truth. And yeah, your exes can hold on for a lifetime. I think that the reason why we end up addressing them, maybe possibly getting restraining orders or even putting them in jail, I do believe that a lot of these people do fantasize about killing me. You know, the guy that my ex, he told me, he said, if you cheat on me, I'm gonna kill you. Well, he still considers me to be cheating. So when I say that I'm in love, it bothers him so bad. And you want to know who I'm in love with, but it's none of your business. You want to know who I'm in love with so that you can go and stalk and harass them, like what you've been doing to Michael. And you don't have any other place or face to connect this shit with, so then you go to Michael, and his ancestors gonna protect him. So it is what it is. I will see y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful Friday. And I'll be back. We're gonna do some stalker readings. We got to do some readings for each zodiac sign for the stalkers. We're gonna do a all-in-one uni. Okay. So I will see you guys later. Love and light.